Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality gaze.
Let's love. If you listen to me, I will tell you there's a studio where she's going to sing, and it's going to be across the hallway. Hallway.
I isolate it.
He's so angry about like when she's fighting with him, and it is just she's like, I swear that's it. I cannot believe it.
And then I don't know if this happened to you, but then when I was watching this on Discovery, I started hearing music, and suddenly I heard nighttime sharpens. And who knew it, y'all?
Sensation.
Sing, my angel Libby. My angel Libby, sing for me.
Oh.
The Phantom of Tampa is here.
No. Andrei's or Libby's discovered she's a singer. And we've gone somewhere with this storyline.
Finally. We're out of it.
Not only is Libby a singer now, but there is a rift in the family. I can't believe this. Charlie has been excluded from his from the family business.
I know.
And the sisters don't want to see him.
You're jumping into this soon. Speaking of Andrei and Libby, we got to talk about.
I'm trying to raw dog everybody. Yo, this is Reality Gaze part HEA. Hi, season 7, episode 1, part 2.
This episode is called Suddenly Everything Changed.
I don't think we said that on the first.
We didn't. Doesn't matter. But that's what it's called now. You got it. Hey, y'all. Poodle's going to talk about some live show stuff, but before we jump into that, we're going to start doing this kind of just in the first season to remind people what this is about more in detail. I want to talk about our Patreon setup. So if you're new to this, you don't want to listen to it, fast forward a couple of minutes.
We don't care.
But if you want to know what this is, basically, y'all, we have Patreon and we have Supercast. Those are two different platforms that are basically the same thing. It's for people that want to get premium content that we don't offer on the free feed. And so,
do we have some premium?
We have some premium. So we basically have premium D. We have 3 tiers. On the one's $5, one's $8, and one's $15. On the $5 tier, that's where you get we call it classless, but our classic episodes of 90 Day Fiancé.
We're on season 3 of Happily Ever After now.
So
right?
Ironically, we're on the season where the first season of Libby and Andrei's Happily Ever After, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, that's the one we're on. We didn't have a classless last week, y'all, because I was traveling and we put out Selling the OC.
We gave you 8 episodes of Selling the OC.
Yeah, we gave you that. But that also, so you get classless, but also any of our Netflix binges, Love is Blind, Selling Sunset, Selling the OC. What's the Unimagined? What's that? I never remember that show's name.
The Ultimatum.
The
Ultimato. The Sexy Beasts. Never. We always forget that one. It should be forgotten. But any of the Netflix binges that we decided to do are always on that tier.
Bling Empire.
Yes, and our you guys get our Bi Curious. Our monthly Bi Curious of it. We don't cover shows, and I choose kind of 3 shows that are in the zeitgeist, and you guys vote on it in Patreon and decide this is the one we want to see. In the past, we've done things like we've done Indian matchmaking. We've done Married at First Sight. We've done Married at First Sight Australia. We've done all kinds of shit. Help! I'm a celebrity. Give me a no, sorry. Help! I'm in a secret relationship.
Yeah, help.
Help!
You love that one.
That was such a terrible show.
The name was better than the show.
Help!
It was a bad name. Also, y'all, so in Pig Royalty, is that on the $5 or $8 tier? I forget.
$8.
So that's on the $8. So where that jumps up is things that are more our $8 tier. First of all, you're going to get all of our
They're longer series.
Yes. You're going to get all of our free feed content. So this show right now, if you're listening on the $8 tier, you're going to get it commercial free. We don't. So you just get off because some people don't want to listen to commercials.
You also get our cringe tier, which is Smothered, Extreme Sisters, and
Love After Lockup,
and my ex. Love After. That's the crown. Honestly, that's the crown jewel of our cringe tier.
That I think that's the best thing of our Patreon because it's one of the best shows on fucking television. So half the time, Lalu, y'all, is better than fucking 90 Day.
I'm going to say this. Y'all know me. I'm pretty honest about what I like to talk about. No, actually, that's true. You don't know me. I have a whole other life that you don't know. But you do know, you know me on the show. I'm going to be real with you when I want to cover something and when I don't. I never don't want to cover Lalu. Yeah. I am so excited to talk about that show.
Yeah, it's so great. So you get that $8 tier and you get everything else in the $5 tier a lot. So sometimes people in the $8 tier are getting like 11 shows a week from us.
Maybe not that many, but you are getting a lot.
We did 11 shows last week with Bling.
With
selling the OC. We did 11 shows. So that's on that. And then the $15 tier, right now the $15 tier is only available on Patreon. Supercast is changing things to work it out.
Video issues. Yeah.
But Patreon is our $15 tier. So from that you get the watch alongs, meaning so that we cover classic episodes of 90 Day Fiancé, but we watch
them for the first time.
It's like our pillow batter talk. It's like us watching the show for the first time and reacting to it. And we edited up just kind of the highlights.
Watching now, you're watching our you're watching our Happily Ever After show when we're remote but you're watching Maddie in his house and me in what looks like my QAnon bunker, and there's a cardboard box behind me.
And a trash can. But that is
trash can, thank you.
But you're combining two things because I was talking about the watch along is when we watch the old episodes. It's pillow talk, but this is called our intimate portrait.
Thank you for reading me, but you're right.
I just want to clear. And so I just want to tell you get two different types of video at the $15 tier.
Yes.
Also, if you're at the $15 tier just today, we send you an email once a month and you get our YouTube live, and we do a whole YouTube live where you can interact with us, talk to us.
You're in the inner circle.
We do kind of announce stuff that we're doing. We usually announce it there.
We did that today.
We just did that today. Something that we're not going to announce till probably next week on the show. Right. So it is a little bit inside reality.
I pulled my dick out today.
No, he did not. Anyway, almost did. So anyway, y'all, I think that's
why not? Everybody's seen it. Most of the gay men in LA have seen it.
People have, we kind of want to get your feedback on this, by the way. People have asked us, we're on Patreon, we're on Supercast because people felt like Patreon wasn't as easy. Also, some people have come to us and let us know, like, I know there's other things like Apple subscriptions, things that we could be a part of. We're fine doing that. If you think that would be easier, let us know and we'll explore that. And we want to be kind of like Poodle's asshole. We want to be out there for as many people as possible.
Equal opportunity.
I
believe in spreading the love around.
Yeah.
Or
and a couple of
viruses.
Spread. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
but also no monkeypox because I've been vaccinated twice.
You have.
I am twice vaccinated for monkey.
You are.
Yeah.
All right. Your turn.
Ready.
I'm looking at you.
Oh, Tampa. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all, live shows. It's the Double It Tour coming to a city near you on the East Coast if you live in a big city. So, New York, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, and Tamps. And I need to make the announcement about Tampa. Second show added. The very next night.
Take a joke.
We are sold out of that first show. There's maybe like 2 or 3 tickets left. If you for people who number one, these will be 2 different shows. So if you want to come both nights, you are more than welcome to.
Please.
I promise you, if just know someone like me and this one too, but both of us want to make sure these shows are very different shows.
Yes.
And I accept any challenge of making a show different. And so get ready for more in that show, more costumes, more garbage.
No, don't promise things. Don't promise things you don't know anything about yet.
I'm ordering 4 flamingos from Amazon.
Stop it.
Hopefully they'll be there.
Oh, God.
Amazon has these weird rules about live animals, but they tell me I can still get it.
Great.
Especially if I go in from No Maza. Tampa Sissies. Due to popular demand, we are adding a second show on October 15th. That's a Saturday.
It's a Tamp's birthday show.
That's right after our Friday show. And you guys, if you have a general ticket and GA ticket to night 1, you'll be able to have access to the pre-sale, which started today at noon. And that pre-sale will begin today at noon. And then basically general admission tickets will start tomorrow.
Wednesday.
And
so you should have already received an email from the theater.
Right.
If you have a ticket to Friday show, you should have received an email at like 12 o'clock Eastern time today, an email. So
and if you missed out on VIP for Friday, VIPs are now available for that. I would get them quickly. Also, you are more than welcome to go both nights because they are 2 different shows. As we said, different shows, same host.
Different shows, same host. So if you don't have access, if you don't get a ticket, or if you didn't get an email, you didn't do it Friday night, and you're like, but I still want to go. I think there's still going to be VIPs available.
There should be VIPs. I would get them sooner than later.
Tomorrow, Wednesday at 12 o'clock Eastern time. Check our Instagram or our TikTok for our linktree link, because that is where the link to buy that show will be.
Our linktree link in our Instagram or TikTok. Don't contact us saying, how can I buy tickets?
You know why? Because Poodle's going to be dick down somewhere in an alley, and I'm going to be at a meditation retreat, so you're shit out of luck.
There you go.
Okay, so we'll obviously...
Watch our Instagram.
That's what I was going to say. The best way is to watch our Instagram or our TikTok, actually. Yeah. We'll make a post there, and then you can go to our Linktree link, and that's where you can get all that information. So anyway... I think that's it. We had some other announcements, but we're trying to split announcements up in part 1 and part 2 because some of you don't like when we talk. We're stuck in 20 minutes with announcements like it's your show, but sure, we just have to tell y'all things sometimes.
I know this. I know we sometimes the announcements go a long time. It's a necessary evil. We have to get out stuff, but actually, it's not even an evil. It's a necessary good. Oh, that's a terrible tongue pop.
That was terrible. That's terrible. Better. Okay. Shall we? Is it?
Let's jump into Libby and Andrei. Okay.
Oh, we're doing Libby and Andrei first.
Oh, you're right. Never knows Bilal and
We
Shaeeda.
can do Libby and Andrei first.
No, you're right. We said we were going to do Bilal and Shaeeda first.
Well, whatever. I don't care. They're all the same.
No, I'm going to go back on my word. Bilal and Shaeeda.
All right. It's good just to get them done with because we just saw them. We didn't want to see them again, but we're here.
I've seen snow. All the same, I know. Snow is so beautiful. It's so beautiful, like my love is. That's from House of Flowers, a very obscure Broadway show with a book by Truman Capote. You would only know it if you'd heard Audra McDonald's album when she recorded it. But that's all I could think of in this scene is when Shaeeda had never seen snow. And I thought, I never have seen snow.
Gay.
Is
it a good show?
No.
Oh.
Really good score, though. Like A Sleepin' Bee is from it. There's a couple of other songs from it. It's got a ridiculous plot, but it's Truman Capote. I think it's Harold Arlen, I think, wrote the music, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, there you go. Shit you didn't need to know about, y'all.
Little Broadway corner, a little useless information.
Useless information.
A little arcana for you today.
So Bilal and Shaeeda are playing in the snow, y'all. It's her first time in the snow. It is
She
cute
never
to-
has seen snow.
It's we got that. It is nice to see that Shaeeda's like that she's eating the snow. Although when she's eating the snow, Bilal said, eat it. And I was like, don't do it. He peed in it. Like I just feel like he's gonna punk her at any fucking moment.
I still say it was a complete misfire that there wasn't a third prank.
There was
so that third prank is coming.
You forgot. We did this on part 1. For part 2, for each couple, we're going to give a 30-second rundown of what happened before. And it's your turn, which this is going to be hard for Bilal and Shaeeda because a lot of shit happened. All right. Hold on.
Okay, here we go.
Hold on. I got to get my timer
30-second recap of their past if you don't watch the show.
On your mark, get set, go.
Okay, so Shaeeda and Bilal met on an app, and she thought he was great. Like she's 37, so she's like make like a really good baby daddy. He went down to Trinidad and Tobago to see her. They completely gave him the full treatment. Blah blah blah. They came to the U.S. He pranked her and said, "This is the house that I live in, but it's actually a dilapidated house, but I was raised in it." And then he pranked her again because he said, "Here is the place that I actually live in, and it's a really nice house." Okay, that wasn't long enough. I just want to say this. Then he told her, "You got to sign a pernerp," and they finally agreed on it, and they got married. And Shaeeda, his ex, is a complete and utter beast to her.
Yeah, she's terrible. She's terrible.
Yeah.
Basically, all you need to know, Bilal, he's
a gaslighting sociopath.
Yeah, his ex-wife, his sister, his mother.
They're all awful.
They're all awful, and they're all there to make Shaeeda feel like shit about herself.
It is a family of monsters. And Shaeeda is kind of a star because she's great she's very outspoken, and she's going to have a problem at every move. Now, both of these people, this is why they're together. Both of these people thrive with drama.
Yes.
And it's why they have both chosen this. So even though we're a little worried about Shaeeda, and if he, like on the tell-all, it was just so scary when he just stared into the camera and she was starting to cry. And you can tell he has no concern for her feelings at all. But this is what she's chosen.
It's not even like no concern. It's just like, I mean, yes, no, but it's like he's just not even aware. It's like, yeah.
Oh, he's aware.
Is he?
What are you doing?
This thing's about to fall off my desk. This book was about to fall on my head.
Stop messing with shit.
Why do you want it to fall on my head?
Nothing's gonna fall on your head.
Okay, so thank you for that recap, Poots. So she makes a snow angel. She's in America.
They're 7 weeks married, by the way.
7 weeks married. They're going to a barbecue restaurant. This place looks good.
Now, of course, we're in Kansas City, known for its barbecue. Yep. We immediately get into fighting about that. But before we start there, we need to play a little game. Oh. And that is, what is Bilal wearing?
What is he wearing, folks? Is it
a little lightning round that we're going to play?
Little lightning round. All right.
Do I go first or
sure?
Actually, let's do odds and evens.
What's that mean?
Like you choose. Oh wait, we never. Let's do rock paper scissors.
All right, ready?
Or who goes first?
All right. If you're watching on Intimate Portrait, okay.
This is the first like weird podcast rock paper scissors we've done. Here we go.
It is.
One, two, three. He flipped me off. If you can't see it, then you're going first, you bitch.
Oh shit! I was going to tell you to go first.
Nope. Okay, here we go. What is Bilal wearing?
A dead Fozzie Bear.
Oh, that was close.
Oh.
Yes.
What is Bilal wearing?
He is the back half of the horse's ass, and the front half ran away. What is Bilal wearing?
He's wearing an old an old bear that he found at that cabin that he was going to kill Shaeeda in, but he changed his plan, so he's going to kill her another day.
Yes. What is Bilal wearing? He murdered Snuffleupagus and is wearing his skin. What is Bilal wearing?
A merkin for an elephant.
Oh! He is wearing for their 6-week anniversary, he bought Shaeeda a bear, a big teddy bear, and then skinned it alive in front of her and sewed it into a coat. No, that's actually what happened.
That's actually what happened. That's what. Yo, that's the show.
I love lightning rounds.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
No, that's what it is. It's, y'all, if you don't watch the show, it's this weird, oddly upholstered hoodie.
It's probably some bougie piece of clothing that's super expensive and it says how rich I am. It looks ridiculous. It just looks stupid. It looks like fucking what Lisa Prada shoes on Selling the OC.
Yeah, Mama Lisa Lion. Yeah.
Oh,
it looks awful.
It looks terrible. Looks terrible.
But strangely enough, that's not the worst thing in this scene.
No, not at all.
He's Shaeeda. The thing about it is, it's not just Bilal here. Shaeeda also has her little things. Like Shaeeda won't eat beef that's all the way cooked because she needs it like black.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, I'm adapting to his OCD, and she also doesn't like her iced tea, so she's also extremely particular. And
it is, in a way, they are similar in a lot of ways.
They are.
They have their peculiarities.
And both of them thrive on it. And she, in a way, she needs to have this constant fight in a relationship. She needs the drama. So, but as Bilal says, she has this infatuation.
Oh, he
just leaving that there.
He did
this
say that.
Infatuation.
Oh my God, he did say that. We've got a new word, y'all. We've got a new word here at Reality
I'm just
Gaze.
Infatuated with this scene.
Welcome to the 7th annual Kansas City Spelling Bee. Poodle, little poodle. Your word is infatuation.
Can you use it in a sentence, please, ma'am?
Yes. Bilal was so infatuated with Shaeeda, he chose not to kill her that day.
Ooh, good one. INFACTUATED. Infatuated.
You got it.
Yay!
Yay! Yay!
And damn, but I'm out in the third round because one of the kids spelled. I'm sorry. Spelling bees for children are a racket. I always did really well until there was some kid who spent a whole year studying and got some word like syzygy. And no one knows how to spell syzygy.
Yeah, we do.
Spell it.
Okay, syzygy. Syzygy.
You can't look it up.
My computer's so gay, it just pulled up the word sissy.
You would be so... How'd you do it, spelling bees? I'm sure you were...
I never entered them. I never entered them. What is the definition of infatuation?
I think it has something to do with you paralyze someone with lots of facts. You infatuate them.
Okay, I like that.
Yo, long and the short of it, Bilal was trying to say infatuation, but he said infatuation.
He did. He did.
And I will use any opportunity to take Bilal down that I possibly can.
You can. So Shaeeda doesn't like dirty tongues. So she's obsessed about tongues. We find that out. It's just like Shaeeda has like the quirky things, but then Bilal's always is deeper. So they start talking about the ex, and Shaeeda goes into this. What?
Shaeeda.
Well, no. His ex name's is Shaeeda.
Oh,
but I was talking about
when I see my ex Shaeeda. Oh, I mean Shaeeda.
I mean, that's a bad mistake, but also, like, my dad was married to Bonnie, and then he married a Brenda for his second wife, but he was married to Bonnie for 24 years. So bless her heart. She got called Bonnie a lot.
No, that's not a mistake you make. Honestly, I know it's okay for you and your ilk to make word mistakes. It's not okay to call Shaeeda by a different name.
Well, it's not okay, but I mean, it's an honest mistake. I guess that's really what I want to say. It's not okay, but I don't think that was. I don't think that was
Yeah,
probably on purpose. I think.
but no, it's not even on purpose. It just shows lack of concern.
Well, yes, yeah.
And I should
you
say,
can, yeah.
not necessarily lack of concern, lack of care.
Yeah.
Especially
with what they're talking about.
Right.
So, no, but I just want to say though that I don't like, because Bilal kind of acts like he wants them to get along and move on, but Shaeeda falls into this too, because she does the whole thing like women are from Venus, men are from Mars. That fucking book.
Ash's lecture.
Yes, exactly. Ash's fucking lecture. And so anyway, she's kind of going into this way of talking. So you already know, like, fuck. He already is going to they're going to use this kind of like gendering of the problem, which it's bullshit. His ex-wife is shitty to her.
And he's like, who doesn't want peace? Who doesn't want peace? And the thing is here, you guys, you agree with your current wife. Stop. Full stop.
I think we can talk about this more. Let's talk about their company. I agree with you too, but just let's talk about even on the way to go meet her. Like, best line of the show when Shaeeda says, "I am not the second wife. I am the wife.
I am the wife."
I went, yes, thank you. And she said, but the thing is, what we see in the car is Bilal. I don't understand, why can't Bilal just say, because he says, she's the mother of my kids. I let Shaeeda know that my kids are my priority. Can't your kids still be your number one priority, but you don't have to side with your ex-wife?
I'll tell you why.
You can't hold her responsible for her shitty behavior?
I'll tell you why. Because he always needs to make her feel second place, because then she'll be under his thumb.
I think actually
it's that.
Bilal,
it's awful.
I think Bilal wants the women to be pitted against one another.
He does.
Because then they're not going to be focusing on his shitty behavior. He's going to be able to control the situation.
He has this joke. He's like, yeah, I dated a whole Rolodex of people named Shaeeda. That was a joke. Now, that is the analog of dry humor. That's the analog of who was it? Jeb Bush saying, please clap. That's that analog. It is. This was a joke.
But then hear that. But then he gives her this. He says,
"Do you want to hold on to it, or
what does being a Muslim mean?
Oh,
Muslim thing to do." God, he talks to her.
I would have scratched his face off if someone ever talked like that to me and talked down to me. What is being? You're a Muslim, right? What does being Muslim mean to you? I'm telling you, the thing is, nothing pisses me off. Nothing makes me more crazy than someone doing this kind of false sense of teaching or false sense of reminding me about something through like I'm a 4-year-old. Yeah. And that's what he does.
Yeah. Yep.
He's completely unempathetic to anything she felt with Shaeeda as well.
He just needs to I think even if he just fucking validated something that she was saying, when she's talking about and saying, yeah, that wasn't great. But then Shaeeda, what I love is that she looks at him and she says, but by the end of the day, you have to deal with her, not me. She's
Amen.
Like, if things don't go well, that's your problem, not mine. And then Bilal just says, well, that sounds like a supportive wife.
Oh.
And I was like, no, she's fucking right. This is your problem to deal with. Fucking tough. And honestly, Shaeeda doesn't even need to be at this conversation.
No, absolutely not.
He should go and talk to his ex-wife by his fucking self.
The best thing that could happen here is they would find Bilal with like 20 stab wounds in his body. And I would celebrate.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a break. We're going to go to commercial.
Y'all all know you want it. Y'all all know you want to see it on like Forensic Files or some shit.
God. All right, y'all. We'll be back after the commercial.
I am not liable. Welcome to my new crib. He grew up watching MTV, so
He did.
Yeah,
I
old.
missed them.
Wow.
Like, I saw them on screen and I smiled and I was excited to see them.
I missed thinking about him sexually.
That too. Did you notice when he was playing tennis, they just focused a shot on his ass?
Oh, they know he's the complete beefcake of everybody.
We're gonna get some shirtless Andrei this season, y'all, because they know that you moms at home.
He's also been on his weight loss journey. He's lost a bunch of weight.
Now in real life, or
yeah.
I think he's got a little bit of a stomach here, but he looks good. You know, I like a little soft in the middle. Ooh.
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
Ooh. Ooh.
So y'all, Libby and Andrei, this is happily ever after 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for them. So this is like their fifth time, I believe.
I'm kind of surprised that they haven't. Why, to me, I guess maybe, but I'm surprised they don't have their own spinoff at this point.
I'm sure they've tried, but I don't know if there's enough. You'd have to get the whole Butthole Brigade in with it too.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think they're too much of wild cards, and they want more money. So I think that's the problem.
That is a problem.
Yeah, and they're not as entertaining as Chantel's mom or Pedro and Pedro's horrible mother and sister.
No, that's true. That's true. Anyway, y'all, Eleanor is cute.
She's so cute, and she's playing tennis. And they're 4 years married.
They are 4 years married. I love that Andrei just can't let his kid play tennis. Just like let her have fun. He's already
telling her, you have to be the best.
You're going to be tennis pro when you get through. You'll be like Maria Sharapova, but better. I'm like,
going to destroy Monica Seles.
Please, just let your child play tennis.
At one point in their confessionals, Libby, who we said before on the first episode, she looks the best she ever has.
She does look very good, yeah.
I think she may have stopped. There's something else with her. Maybe it's her makeup, but also there's something she's stopped doing with either like ultra contouring her face or something like that. It's like her face is more settled to where it normally is.
Yeah. She looks good. So, okay, I love it. And there's, y'all, we've said this about them. Like at one point where he's talking and he looks at her and she says, "I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. You're just sexy." Like they're both so attracted to one. So they're gonna fight a lot, you guys. But just know they fight a lot, and then they immediately go fuck it out.
Did you see when he just like starts slapping her thigh like? And I was like, "Spank me, daddy." That's where I went.
You gotta have sex tonight. It's been a problem. It's been distracting the entire show. You haven't
I'm
been able to
okay with a
focus.
little light spanking, but don't let it leave a mark.
Oh, please. I've seen the hand marks on your thighs.
So they do we want to do? I just did the one for Bilal and Shaeeda. Are you? I can do this one pretty quickly, but unless you want to do this one. One of us does Jovi and Yara. I'll do Jovi and Yara though next. So if you want to do
fine.
30-second synopsis of Andrei and Libby. There's a lot here, but you can skip over a lot.
We'll try it a lot. Okay.
And go.
They met on a bank trip when he was in Ireland and she was in Ireland. So then they decided to get married and come back here. Her family hated him from the beginning and said it wasn't anything to do with him being a foreigner at all, but they were lying. It totally was.
Totally was.
Then they decided that the only way they could make money is to get Andrei into the family business, which sent everyone into turmoil, including the Butthole Brigade. That's his sisters who show their assholes on OnlyFans. Yeah. And so, and then there's her brother Charlie, who surprisingly has a big dick that we're really worried because he's on OnlyFans too. But he's struggled with alcoholism and the whole time hates Charlie and hates Andrei and just wants to fight him. They had that is a lot. Oh my God.
It's a lot. I was going to say it's a lot for 30 seconds.
I got through a lot of that. That was most of there's a couple of things that people miss, but surprisingly, not a lot of it. It's about Andrei and Libby. It's about her fucking
mostly
family.
The family, Libby. Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of Jen, Becky. Those are the sisters who are mostly on it. And their hatred of Andrei, especially his trying. Last season, he got into the real estate market, and Becky is involved in real estate. And they think anything that Libby does that they have a problem with is definitely because Andrei forced her to do it.
Yes.
So, yeah, because they can blame him. They can't blame her. And here's P.S. They still are really fucking jealous of her because she's Chuck's favorite. Chuck. That is the patriarch of the family.
And he's also, I don't think they do anymore, but we just watched the first season that they were on 90 Day Fiancé. That was our last classless. We're on to Hey now. But when they first met him, you could tell they both kind of wanted to fuck him because Andrei
both
was
of them
so
want to fuck
hot.
him.
So, and the only thing I didn't have time to mention, which I think is important, in the first kind of get-go is that oh shit, it just flew out of my head. But they met Andrei. Libby, to Libby's fault, Libby tells her family too much and complains about Andrei too much. And one of the things Libby complained about from the beginning was that Andrei, or not complained about, she said she was fine with just accepting his culture, that he is the man of the house, the man is the head of the house. And she said, I'm fine with that. We make decisions together. It's the way he is kind of just a take charge man. And that drove her sisters fucking crazy.
Strangely, we've seen less and less of that Andrei the longer that we've lived in America.
But I bring that up because they're trying to bring that plot point kind of up again in this season. They are,
and without a lot of evidence, strangely.
Agreed.
Yeah,
agreed.
And so that's what's weird.
Yeah.
And so the other thing you need to know, y'all, is Chuck, the matriarch or patriarch, Chuck, basically is this giant sow, and all the children are like sucking at his teats.
Yeah, basically. Mm-hmm.
He owns lots of properties, which we've heard from many people are not run well at all.
Not run well. They're slumlords. We've heard he is.
So they have a new house, which is so cool. Andrei is a homeowner.
Yes.
Another part of the American dream, they say. And Chuck took me under his wing, and he mentored me. And then Chuck says, so you have this house. You need to get ready for a little bit of jealousy. A little bit.
Oh.
Remember, y'all, Libby's the baby and will always be her father's favorite. The sisters, there's one part of the sisters that always hates her for this.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're going to see all that.
She's the baby girl. Yeah. She's the baby girl.
Now, this is the big thing last Happily Ever After season was the barbecue fight where Charlie just comes in swinging. That is their brother who does almost, we even said this before, it wasn't a big deal, or it wasn't put forth as reality, but we said Charlie definitely has a problem with alcohol.
Well, no, he was drunk at this, but even more importantly, he was completely blitzed at the tell-all.
He was blitzed at the tell-all. And that was the impetus for both Becky and Jen to say, and Libby and Andrei, and say, we're cutting Charlie out of our life.
Until he gets control of his drinking.
That's huge.
That's huge.
I was in disbelief. That's I will say that is a step in the right direction. That's a roll. It's a step in the right direction. It's a step in the right direction for this
After all.
family who is completely in dysfunction to kind of getting back a little healthier than they used to.
Well, and you see too where that a lot of that happens is because both parents are huge enablers to their children.
Yeah.
I think they grew up, their parents are like our parents' generations, and not all, some are like this, some are not. But I think they're parents of either they didn't have a lot as kids, or maybe they did. I
No,
think
Chuck
more
Chuck has been upfront with he did not have a lot.
Yeah. So I think Chuck was kind of this. My dad was like this of he grew up very poor and wanted to make sure his children had everything and never
Yeah.
wanted for anything. And that's great. But there's a difference of meeting your children's needs and then giving your children everything. And I think, and not giving them boundaries or structure and enabling
Right.
them. Ironically, they're all spoiled in their own way. But when it comes to this, it's fascinating how the three sisters are finding, y'all, this is a Chekhov play. This was the first draft, their
This
story.
is the first draft of Three Sisters. Yeah.
Set in Florida.
That is such a thing I would say.
But
You're right, though.
The three sisters are, it's this weird thing where they realize, oh, for us to have any type of relationship, we actually have to set a boundary. And yet it seems like Chuck finally has. We don't know, but the mother is not at all.
He cut Charlie out of the family business.
Yeah, he did. So Chuck is too, but the mom is not at all.
No.
It's fast. I actually really glad they're seeing this storyline because
the mom.
Y'all, so go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I was going to say the mom has been on this show the least. It's mostly Chuck because the mom is divorced from Chuck and has another husband. But know that the mom is on social media, always conveniently saying anti-gay things.
Yeah,
and thankfully Libby said, "Yeah, I don't agree with this. Stop saying this. Stop spreading hate." And good for you, Libby. We appreciate this.
We do appreciate that. So anyway, but before we get to this conversation, first happens, I'm all about Libby having a singing career, and I think
Me too.
I think it's wonderful.
I'll teach you.
Shocked. Yeah, Libby, if you're listening, we've got one of the best voice teachers right here in Los Angeles.
Oh, thank you. I don't take any new clients though.
No, I was talking about
$500 an hour.
I was talking about Sheila, who teaches down on Wilshire.
Thanks.
She's great. No, seriously, Libby, we're going to be in Tampa. Maybe you could go do a voice lesson.
Do a house call. Andrei needs to be shirtless.
And Poodle will do it for free, Libs, as long as I can drink.
No, payment is Andrei. For an hour, anything goes. You know what? I only need 30 minutes, though.
Let's be honest. You would take 5 minutes with Andrei.
Oh, yeah. But it needs to be anything goes. Wow. That's what they called me in college.
There goes anything goes. Still wearing her tap shoes. Oh, boy. So, but I love how, I know Libby keeps saying Andrei's so passionate about it. And I wanted to kind of say, Libby, this person wants to build a studio for you and support you. Like, let him be fucking passionate about it. I don't get it.
I don't know why the sisters are like, something's weird there. And basically Chuck is basically saying, well, I don't know what she's doing. Hopefully you'll still work for me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm all about Libby saying, you know, I've done everything else. I tried being an actress for a while because she was, and she's trying all these other things. And she finally says, why not? Why can't I follow my passion? There's also nothing wrong, you guys, because Jen asked them later at this meeting. She's like, to what end are you doing this? It is completely okay for you to do something because you love to do it. You don't have to have an end. If you want to paint whenever you want to, and your husband or partner is saying, so what are you going to do with this? Say, this makes me fucking happy. And it is okay to completely say, I'm taking singing lessons and I'm having a great time doing it. And if someone is bothering you, you're like, well, why are you taking lessons? What are you going to do with it? Doing this makes me happy. And this is self fucking care. So get off my fucking dick.
I agree. It's
I hate hearing that. Like, to what end?
It is. What is? I forget. Was it they wrote that book, The Vortex, but it's that self-help person. It says, people ask me, a lot of people do TikToks with these. She has this kind of like or voice. She just says like, people ask me, why do you want to do this? And I say, because it gives me joy. And then they say, well, if it gives you joy, what else is it going to do? It makes me have a happier life. And she kind of keeps answering all these questions with just the fact that something gives us joy and contentment.
That's enough.
That's enough. That's enough. And so good for Lib.
Good for Lib.
Good for Lib. But they're going to do a studio. Unless she gets pregnant, then they're going to turn it into a nursery. And y'all, spoiler alert, we already kind of know the end of this.
They're having a boy.
They're having a boy.
A fucking
so probably
everything, because of course they did.
As soon as they have a boy, all of Libby's dreams are going to go out the window, and Andrei's going to say, I have an heir for my empire now.
Ain't no singing but lullabies.
Yep.
Honestly, let's be.
Sorry, Lib. This ain't going nowhere because you got to have a baby.
But he was just blabbing all this. I guarantee you they were already, when they told Chuck this, because Andrei can't keep a secret to save his life.
They're pregnant.
No, either that or they were trying.
I guarantee you as well. Yeah, I bet they were already trying.
So
will we see her get pregnant on this season?
I don't know.
Because
probably.
I think they film.
They're whores. They will love to put anything on they can.
I would put that on. Hell. I wonder if it's going to be as exciting as Puppy and Amber's pregnancy on Lalu. God.
You mean sitting on a bare toilet in a 7-Eleven? When you found your pregnancy test underneath a Dinty Moore beef stew.
So good. This show is so good.
Oh,
so good. Anyway.
So y'all, they have a little lunch with Becky and Jen and the mom. I always forget the mom's name. I just don't like her. So
yeah.
But the one with the thing we need to know here is the mom's like, and I have a big birthday coming up. And what about Charlie? Who's not going to be? Can you do that for me? Just a little bit of time. And the big thing here is, y'all, the sisters have set a boundary. No, they cannot do that for you.
No. And Libby said my mom's in denial.
Health.
Yes. Libby, I love that Libby says my mom's in denial about this. And basically, what I loved about, I do feel sorry. I feel sorry for any parent that their child is going through addiction, because it is a horrible thing to witness.
Until she starts shaming her daughters.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, she's at this point, she is it's sad to me.
No, she's bargaining. Yeah.
She is desperate and just trying to get someone to help out her brother, because that's what she keeps saying. A lot of people say this. They say, well, you know, my family member's sick or they're dealing with alcoholics, but they're my brother. They're my sister. I have to help them. Y'all, they're my mother. No, you don't. No, it's great if you can, and it's great if it's help, but no. And so it's, not if it destroys your own mental health.
Take care of yourself first. I know that's hard to hear, but otherwise you have nothing left for anybody else.
And even when mom's like, I was thinking maybe we could get a mediator or someone could come in and we can kind of throw everything on the table. And Becky said, she's like, then we can get at a common ground. And Becky looked at her mom and said, Mom, you're ignoring the problem. He is the one that has this problem. He's got to get the drinking under control, and then we will meet him. And poor Jen is like, I love my brother, but there's no point in having this conversation until he gets his drinking under control.
I cannot believe that I actually said, good for you, family Libby.
I did too. I thought it was such I think people are going to see themselves in this family a lot.
I'm actually
really glad
so happy about it. Yeah.
Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this. Kudos to this family for choosing to talk about this on camera.
Yes.
Because
100%.
they could have not done this. They could have said, we're going to have another plot point and talk about something else. And this was like one of the best things I think that we could see on 90 Day Fiancé.
This is going back to docuseries style. It really is.
Again, this is why I'm excited about, for once, this season of, hey, don't worry. I'm sure it'll last 4 episodes for me. But this, between the singing, this family is going in a totally different direction that I did not expect.
Yeah. Shall we move on to?
Oh God, just go ahead. It's
Jovi, we're gonna talk about to go to the bayou. We're gonna have the big G. We're gonna go down to take it back. We're going to Lanyap Cha.
I don't know anything you just said. I don't know anything.
Yo, it's
you
Jovi
just
and
said.
Yara. Yara's going out with girls. I don't like them at all because like these girls are saying all kinds of stuff. That's some Zydeco. Crawfish gumbo. Cha. Is it my turn to do the Jovi Yara in 30 seconds?
It is. Hold on. Oh, this
right.
one will hopefully there's not too much.
There's
Hold
not
on,
too
let
much.
Me, and go.
Jovi and Yara. Jovi's from Louisiana. Yara's from Ukraine. Jovi met Yara on a kind of a travel app when he was going to Ukraine because he works for an oil company. He works under underground robotics, y'all. And
Like Russ.
they hit it off. Jovi looked like a Cristiano Ronaldo body, which I disagree with.
Disagree.
But she was really totally into him, and they got together. And they went to New Orleans. She didn't like all of his drinking and partying, but then they run up pregnant. She has a baby, Mila. She's gorgeous. Jovi's family is Cajun, and they are wonderful.
Stop. Ooh, that was good.
Yep.
That's
Mama
good.
Gwen.
Mama Gwen. Y'all know we're going to see her. We love her.
And Jovi's shitty. That's the other thing to remember. Jovi is your regular South Louisiana misogynist asshole.
I mean,
but at least he's funny.
He's funny. I like watching on TV. Is
just getting my water.
Say the word. Is he an asshole like he who like Ed or the way below? No.
He's just an asshole.
So we're not. He's just kind of, but he's kind of like
he's
normal,
not a predator like Ed is.
He's just kind of like, for me, it's like he's just kind of a jerk. But he's a lovable jerk.
He's an overgrown frat boy.
He is. But you don't mind being around him because I would probably, being around Jovi, he probably would make me laugh. He would, like, he's charming.
He's good people at a party. You don't want to be in a relationship with.
Yeah. Jovi.
Yara, I don't want you to go out with these girls, like especially with a name like Symphony.
Jovi, my tits look like pepperonis, Jovi. I just tired, Jovi. Why don't you understand?
I scream laughed at garbage bags with pepperonis.
And the thing is, the way she said it was just so serious. But we're gonna get to that. I
love her. She's a fucking star. I love Yara.
Do you like how they started the show where she's just totally doing an ad for her makeup line?
Oh, totally. One thing we do need to mention here, guys, is that
what do we need to mention?
The issue with them has always been his party boy ways, and he's gone for a while. He's gone for like 2 or 3 months at a time. She's a single mom, comes back, and he's off for like 2 or 3 months, and then he comes back. So there isn't any, and he is raised. If any of you know boys who are raised Cajun or otherwise from South Louisiana, it is a very patriarchal way. The men are allowed to be boys for as long as they possibly can.
Yeah.
And it is so Jovi doesn't understand when anything that gets any pushback. He's like, well, I'm not going to be the babysitter for as long as possible. I mean, it's that kind of, he doesn't get it.
He doesn't get it, no.
No, I was going to say, one thing we need to say before all this is we meet 2 women named Adele and Symphony.
Yes.
Spelled CYMPHONY.
It's not good. We've had some.
We need a council of naming in this country. That would have never made the first cut for council of naming.
No, never. Not even. No.
So what we need to know is that one of my favorite things, I didn't say this in the thing, is that when they did meet, Joey's like, yeah, all the kind of girls from Ukraine are like they want to they want a phone. They're gonna meet me, and then they want like you pay for my trip. And Yara she paid for the whole thing, and Yara's like, I pay for the first trip, and then you pay for the rest. That's an Olga Poodleskaya move. She took a correspondence course. Olga Poodleskaya says, you make the first move.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
they pay for. Then they get a taste, just like a drug dealer. The first taste is free.
Wow. That was dark, but
yeah,
I don't. Jovi did have abs. Cristiano Ronaldo, he was not.
No.
I think she's sitting, and Jovi's like, now got a beer belly. Ha ha ha.
The thing is, they don't have problems, you guys. They're fine. This is exclusively for Yara's makeup line. She wants to be an influencer. She's probably going to do it.
I'm enjoying watching it.
I think it's going to be. They're at least an entertaining couple because anytime Yara's on the screen, she's funny. Jovi's funny. Their daughter's cute. What could go wrong?
Well, what makes Yara so funny is what she said. Is that she just says what's on her mind. She does not have a filter. Some people get pissed off about that. It's kind of what at first we thought we kind of read her in our first season because we thought she was just kind of bitchy and rude. And then we realized what a child Jovi was and that Yari was just getting sick of it. And so she was just kind of done with the bullshit and not a bullshitter. Yeah. So that's what makes her wonderful to watch. And also I think this, again, it's smart the way they're doing this because Yara looks the way she looks. She's beautiful. That can feel very unrelatable to a lot of people. However, I think a lot of women can relate to, we're going to talk about later, body changes, but also just not getting out of the house and not having friends.
I think postpartum life in general.
Yes, to feel human with.
Postpartum life, either feeling like you're a single mom when you're not, even though you have a husband, but feeling isolated and not recognizing the body you're in because it's very different, and also learning to have the body of a mom instead of your body before being a mom. And learning to love it.
Yes. I got to say, for all you moms out there like Yara that had a child in COVID, give yourself some fucking grace, because a lot of those moms in COVID, they couldn't go to mommy's group. They couldn't go to a mommy's day out. They couldn't do all these they couldn't even socialize their baby with other babies. Like, it was really fucking hard for all the friends that I know that had children during COVID. They feel like they've aged 10 years. It was a lot.
I believe it.
So I think there's nothing wrong. Whereas Yara just wants to go have wine, and Jovi, like, she called him out on it. She's like, "That's Jovi. That's not the same thing. You go and take it off in front of the strippers." And he's like, "Oh yeah."
And remember, y'all, Strippergate last time when he's like, "Yara moved me all the way up like past New Orleans to strip clubs, so I can't get to the strippers." And she's like, "Maybe you can pay an animal to strip for you."
Y'all, and we should say, like, if you haven't watched, it's not like Jovi's just going out and having some beers with the friends. No, y'all. He's going to a strip club, getting trashed out of his mind, and walking out of that strip club with just glitter all over his face from lap dances.
And I'm okay. When I say this, I am not defending men from South Louisiana, but that's the norm.
I think you're just saying that's the norm.
The people who think that Jovi is an exception, if you live in South Louisiana, he is the rule. I lived in Baton Rouge for a while. I knew tons of Jovis. They're all like that. And again, I'm not absolving him by any means, but know that he is not unique in any way. That's what all of them do.
Yeah, you bring up a good point that the U.S. is a huge. It's just I was talking to a friend who came, who lives here now from London, Georgie from ACAST. Actually, you know her. We were just talking.
She was a podcast movement.
Yeah. Cool. She said hello. They asked about you, and I said he's somewhere in an alley. I don't know. And so, but she and Lizzie, another Brit that were there, they were saying, "Good God, this country is so huge, and it's such a big expanse of land that I think it's, as Americans, we forget that we're such a big country that there are pockets in this country where men and women are treated very differently. And there's
Oh,
different,
yes.
but I think a lot of people think, oh, it's kind of like if they, where it's somewhat like where I live. It is not. I think that, so I love that you're talking about, because I was in Oklahoma and I would not have known about this culture in Louisiana had you not talked about it.
Well, it's kind of like when, that's why it's so weird on Smothered when Lauren's like,
Ugh.
we're not going to have alcohol at my baby shower. And Laura Lee's like, fuck, yes, we are.
Because that's the culture.
I never went to a single event, like whether it was a 98-year-old woman's birthday party or a bris or a baptism that didn't have alcohol. Like,
Yeah.
it's just unheard of. And I said before, these men are allowed to be boys for as long as possible.
Yeah.
And that's, hate it if you want, but I'm just saying, you just, as an
This is
observer
what Yara
of that
is up
culture,
against. This is what
that's what she's up against. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
And strangely enough, Jovi, I'm sure, is a lot better than a lot of his friends.
he was still such a dick to her when she left.
Oh,
because
she's so shitty. So shitty.
he's making her cry, and he's like, I'm just saying you don't need to make this a habit. She's like,
Okay, I'll go babysit the baby. It's like fine. Go have fun with your friends.
and
like,
Yara
it's
says,
fine.
she says, Jovi, you
Alright.
make me feel like a shit person. I just want to go out and have fun. She's crying, and Jovi says what he always says. He'll say, Joey, this is what he does. He'll say something shitty. For this instance, he says, well, we're just going to stay here and have fun with Mila. And then he always has this line. He says, you got to do what you got to do.
Oh yeah, it's so passive aggressive.
It's so fucking passive aggressive.
No, that is the only way weirdly, Jovi is slightly aware of what he's doing, unlike a lot of people.
Mhm.
But he has a couple of friends who have settled down, but especially he's from New Orleans. He's from right there. And the further you go out, they're a little bit more rural, but Joey's a really good example of every New Orleans boy I ever knew, especially from Means. Yeah. And I knew a lot of them.
Yeah, we can't get into that. He does say, I feel like this was producer initiated, but he does say it is confessional. If it wasn't for Mila, we probably would have been divorced already. But that also could have been true.
I believe it.
I believe it.
Part of me believes it because I think he would have been upset. I think it would have imploded, and I think she would have left.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. She wouldn't have put up with it.
So
let's
y'all
just talk about it. It's time.
She goes out to meet Symphony and Adele.
And Adele.
Take it easy on me, baby.
God.
But this Adele is hanging out of her dress.
Okay, before we get in their conversation, I just want to ask this. Her friends think, y'all, I don't even know. Poodle and I have our own thoughts. I really want to know more from y'all out there, like especially in the Patreon comments or in the Sis Squad. But is it normal for couples to track each other on their phone? Because I think that it's about the intention, but I don't see anything wrong with tracking location. Like if you're in a long-term relationship.
I wouldn't. I think it's fine to say. I would not allow me to do it. Anyone to do it with me.
Mm-hmm. I think it's about what you're comfortable with. Yeah.
One of the things I think is, I think for Jovi, I don't think that it was for a control issue. I think it was a safety issue because New Orleans is not safe, and also that kind of Southern culture. If you have to protect the woman that was there, I can't speak. I just know this. I would not let anyone track my location. If someone asked me, I would say, can I ask you to trust me? And if they had to say it would be a safety issue, and I would have to think about it because I would I don't go anywhere that's not safe. What's for you saying it's okay? Why would you do it?
None of that is true. I would love to track your location because sometimes we go to a city and I don't know where you're going to fucking be and if you're even going to show up for the live show in time.
You're not tracking my location.
I'm not judging where you're going. I just want to make sure you're not dead.
I am anti-location tracking, but that's me.
I think obviously it's what you're comfortable with. I don't think there's a this way or that, but I am totally comfortable with it and fine with it.
What does it do for you, just out of curiosity?
I think for me, it's been helpful, like just traveling and stuff like that for my partner to see that like I'm home, to see like when we're traveling around live shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, it would just be like if
what's the difference with that and a text?
That's true. But for me, it's almost instead of bothering someone, you see somebody's at work, you don't want to bother them at work, you just see they're at work.
Yeah.
And it is a safety thing. It was nice to know where someone is. For us, it was something that was like, we did like, it was like a sweet thing for us to do. So, yeah, it just never really was. It was never really something that, and I don't even remember how it happened. It wasn't even like a big conversation. It was just kind of like I think one of us were traveling and that's just how it happened.
Yeah, I get it. My thing, it would be a trust issue for me. Yeah. Because, and also this is weird for me. Even if I'm part of a couple and I have done it before, there's some things you can keep to yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I don't need someone seeing that I'm stopping at the hardware store.
Yeah.
And some people say I don't have any secrets. It's not that. It is, I want to have the illusion, at least, of a life of independence. And if I feel like someone's always checking up on me, I don't have independence.
Yeah, I get that.
That's the way it feels to me.
And I felt comforted that someone somebody was kind of looking out for me. But not one is right or wrong. I just think that
I can see it. I can see it either way. But
let us know, sissies, because let us know what you think. Anyway,
there are strong feelings on either side of this. Yeah.
Also, hey, it might start out good. You never know. It starts out good. You're tracking the location. But then if they get their hair up their ass and do something later on down, they'll forget you're tracking them and you can find their ass.
Okay.
That's the Mar in me. That's Aunt Peggy. All right. Can we just talk about this dinner?
Yes.
Okay.
They're with Symphony. She meets Symphony and Adele. They're two sentient blonde broomsticks.
Yeah, they look like they I felt like this was like another Stepford Wives reboot or something.
Yeah. Both of them had way too much lip filler.
Yes.
And
a weird like Symphony. I think she's the one that talks about getting her boobs augmented.
Remember, always go bigger than you think. But she actually said her biggest regret in life was not going bigger. Not, I wish I had spent more time with my father.
I don't think she knows who he is. But she had on a dress and it had like this weird strap in front. I didn't care for it. For someone that
it was asymmetrical.
Didn't make the boobs look good. I didn't love it. Anyway, she had great hair though. They both had great hair.
But they met at some kind of dinner or something. I don't know. I think this feels producer initiated to me.
Oh,
honestly.
No, I think they're friends. I think they're 100% friends. I think they're friends. I think these are the type of friends that Yara would make. Yara is the type of person. Look, Yara is not shallow. She actually, when we first met her, we thought she was shallow. She's actually not, but she still can't. She can't help
shallow
herself.
People.
Yara wants to be the smartest person in the room.
That's true, but when they start off by saying,
you know what? I'm going to stop you.
Okay.
I think it's better that we just do this.
All right.
The way we should. Y'all, this is our first happily ever after reality gaze theater. Can't sing because I'm not with him for remote, but go. That's too long. It's too long. No. I'm editing this out. I'm going to take it out.
Oh, you asshole.
we should have played Shania Twain. It's Shania Twain's birthday today. Oh, well.
Great. I'm sure everyone knew that.
Love her. The documentary on Netflix was good.
So we're at, let's call it the Gold Bar. Because
I don't
I'm
know
sure,
what bar this is, but it looks just
tacky as fuck.
insufferable. Tacky
Yeah.
as fuck. So they're all having a glass of wine. Poodle's going to be playing the role of, who are you going to play?
Symphony.
Poodle? What name was that again?
Symphony.
What? I'm sorry. What was the name?
It's Symphony, also known as Phony to my friends.
Okay, I'll be playing Adele and maybe a little bit of Yara, but let's be honest, it wasn't important what she said.
No.
Yeah. So, and action.
Hey, girl. How are you? Oh, my God. I'm
thank
so
you.
glad you got out of that lazy husband.
Oh, thank you for meeting me after meeting Jody. Oh, I'm just so tired. Yeah, girl, you had 9 months of carrying that baby, and now it's 9 months of
Now it's time to party and get those boobs done. Look at mine. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, ready to go. Let's have another drink.
Hey, you over here. Look at my tits. Look at my tits, guy. Look at my tits.
No,
He's not
we
looking.
should take a girls' vacation.
We should.
That's something like married people do, right? They take girls' vacations.
Oh, that'd be so wonderful. Jovi never takes me anywhere.
You know what? I gotta tell you this. He's out of your league. He's not even really attractive.
No, he's really, really ugly, and I bet his dick is really gross.
And like
But-
you're
oh,
like
were we
so
not-
hot. I mean, like
You were
if we were
hot.
drunk at night,
Oh,
like
my
I'd
God.
totally make out with you and like
Yes,
twiddle your
yes,
clitty.
Queen. Yes, I would film that. Do you want to start an OnlyFans, Yara? I bet.
Oh my God, we could totally.
Oh my
let's
God.
go to OnlyFans.
Hey.
Adele, look it on your phone.
Okay, I'm looking. Hey, you want to see my tits? You want to tits?
So Yara, how's your sex life? How's your sex
Yeah,
life?
are you kidding? You
You look so good.
Oh
my God.
Riding that little small dick, girl. Just do it.
My boobies are trash bags with pepperoni.
What?
Oh, let's see them. Let's see your
What?
boobies. I want to see your boobies.
No, Jovi told me my boobs. He doesn't like them.
But Adele, didn't you have twins? What was that like?
Oh my God. My boobs, like I just had plastic bags over my, I was leaking like a fountain, like that one. I didn't go to Italy because it was just too far to go. And
I hear it's overdone
My
these
boyfriend
days.
broke up with me before we went, but it was like all those fountains in Italy I wanted to see. Just
Oh my
like
God.
water.
You've seen it.
Water.
If you've seen a fountain at the mall, you've seen it.
Oh, yes. It is a lot like the ones at the Americana.
Honey, you just get them done. You have the mommy makeover. And look, like I don't have a husband or children, but I know something about boobies because my biggest regret is they weren't big enough. Like that and
in life. Oh my God, yeah.
I never found my real father. And I should never have stripped for my real father.
He missed out on those tits though. He really missed out on those tits.
It was a problem.
Hey, I'm still here. You want to see our tits?
Cheers to tatas!
And scene.
Okay, these friends are awful.
Big spinter. We forgot to say, let me remind you of your pussy power.
Yes! But I need to say, y'all, these friends, you don't need friends who say you're out of your husband's league and he's not even attractive.
If I was Jovi and I saw this, I would not want her to hang around these friends because I feel like they would encourage my wife to cheat on me.
They're not helpful friends because helpful friends would say, is there a way maybe he doesn't really respect you. There's no reason you need to you would plant something in her ear about Jovi he's not worthy.
Well, but not to defend them. I agree with you. But what's even grosser is that Jovi has already planted it in her ear because Jovi fucking told her boobs didn't look good.
Her boobs didn't look nice as they did before.
And again, I want to slap Jovi in the face and say, who was it? Someone just said this and I quoted on a show. I really loved it. I'm like, do we still have to have this conversation that we have to stop thinking about boobs as playthings for men, but they are the reason they are there is to help women feed their children if they
I
choose
hate
to.
to say this was Emily's mom.
Yes, that was it. It was Emily's fucking mom on the tell-all.
Yeah.
And the fact that
But we can set aside a time where they can be both.
we can. But if we're looking from a scientific, what they were intended for was
Right.
to feed children. So,
Well, I could also say that the penis was intended to only reproduce and pee out of. So I don't want to not to get on my high horse here, but
I'm going to walk that back, that logic.
I know.
Walk that back.
Just because you don't want to have a boobs as a sexual object doesn't mean we can't set both of them on.
Well, no, that's true. But I do think, but there is, but it is, and first, moreover, no, I was going to say no man, but no one else should be giving their opinion about your body and your breast. I just think what a shitty thing to do. Like if I had a wife and y'all, breastfeeding's not easy. And if I watched my wife go through and do that for my child, she said she breastfed for like, what'd she say? Like
17 months.
17 months. And I watched my wife do that and make that sacrifice for our kid. I wouldn't be anything but fucking grateful to my wife.
No, it's
super
shitty. I'm not defending him here, but the thing is, Jovi always leads with some type of weird radical honesty because he can't not stop himself.
Yeah.
So
he's so stupid.
When he said that, I'm like, oh, that's awful. But of course he did.
Of course he did. Yeah, I wasn't surprised.
I'm not shocked by it. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about them.
Oh.
Is that the show?
I wonder if my biggest regret is not going to be going big enough. I don't know. I'll have to work that out in therapy. Y'all better help. Use our code. Better. Yes, better help. All right, everybody. That is the show. I don't think I have anything else to say. You can go to our Instagram, Reality Gaze Podcast, and you can go to our TikTok, Reality Gaze. Both of those have our linktree links where you can find links to our live shows. You can also find us on Twitter, Reality Gaze Pod, and Twitter, and Facebook at Reality Gaze Podcast is our public page, or you can join our Sissy Squad, our private Facebook group for our fans. We have fun in there. That's it, everybody. I'm still hopeful. It looks, we're not covering
I'm reserving comment until at least episode 4.
Yeah, it seems a little hopeful, but golly, the stuff with Angela looks really horrible and abusive this year.
These 5 couples I enjoyed.
Yes, I wish it could just stay like Bilal and Shaeeda.
Bilal and Shaeeda, not so fast.
So for these 4 couples, we enjoyed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? That's half, more than half. Look at that.
That's 4 out of 5. That's a lot more than half. That's 80%.
I said that's more than half. Yeah.
When someone says more than half, that's like 60%.
No, it's more than half. It's more than half. It could be 90%. It could be 62%.
Okay.
It's more than half.
This is all just absurd. Please just end the show.
All right, everybody. We call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yes. And if you've just made a snow angel and you're getting up and your husband says, "Don't fuck it up," you can call us because you need help. Call someone.